Well, welcome back, everybody, to the Homonymous Podcast. My name is Alex Neal, alongside Ethan Weldon, and our very special guest, Mari.
Hey,
Mari Pilling, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I think we're doing great. How are you, Ethan?
I'm pretty good. How are you, Alex?
I'm doing great, my friends.
That's good.
It's a great day to be alive. It's a great day to be a Husker. Am I right?
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's also nice to just be in Nebraska, weather-wise.
80 degrees?
Beautiful.
What?
That's
Absolutely
nice.
beautiful.
What?
It's good for your brain at that point. Like, after that negative 30, you need that to survive.
And the fact that it's supposed to snow again next week?
That just kills me. Did
No,
you not
we're
know
not
that?
joking.
Oh my God, I made a
Literally.
joke today to my roommate
Did
saying
you
that
actually?
just watch, next week is going to be like
It
50
is.
degrees.
It is. It's going to be 30s. Like, it's disappointing. But, I mean, we know that March is going to be that bipolar month and everything, but this is just a sign that we're on the home stretch. There's light at the end of the tunnel.
We're almost there, guys.
You saw all the
Promise.
frats like partying on their porch the
Yeah.
other day.
Oh my gosh.
Throwing
people,
the pigskin.
sunbathing on their roofs. Like, come on.
I don't blame them, honestly. I would if I had a house like that in campus.
I
They
just
had
want,
their,
you
like,
see
lawn
this?
chairs.
I wouldn't do that in general. Come on now.
All their
Oh,
lawn
man.
chairs out. It was beautiful, just beautiful.
Yes, I never thought I'd be so happy to see frat boys.
It's finally time to go outside.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it means. So,
Well, cool. Yeah, we had a good show today, though.
yes, we do. Mari, tell us what you do, because we had a little confusion when we booked you. But it's okay. It's okay. Tell us what you do to better explain the situation.
Ooh, to better explain the situation. Okay, so I am currently in your class.
Both of us.
Both of you. And I am
Shout out to Rick.
Yeah,
Callaway.
shout out to Rick. Oh, we
Yes.
love that man.
Yes.
And I am a sports media and broadcasting major.
Samesies.
So much fun just on that grind every single day. But I recently did an ESports tournament, which was really fun.
That was FIFA, right?
Yeah, it was FIFA, which I did not ever play. And
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be like Super Smash Bros. And I was all hyped for it. And then they're like, psych, it's FIFA.
Soccer.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Well, cool. That's something I actually wanted to talk to you about because that's very new and it's very popular and it's growing
Definitely.
super fast. And that's something that when I first heard, I was like, what? And then I saw the arenas full of people watching esports and I was like, oh, that's huge. Like, that's an insane audience.
Yeah,
So
I was like, well, first of all, I just signed up for like the regular pop-up class, not even knowing that we were going to do a tournament at the end.
yeah.
And I went to the first class, and they're like, by the way, you're going to be hosting an entire tournament, and it's going to be on Twitch, and you're going to figure it out on your own.
That's kind of cool though? Like, they're throwing you in. Like, we taught you some stuff. Now apply it in a real world situation. And that's what I liked about the special topic stuff is it was real things. Like, that's what I did for my drone class.
Oh,
They've got a
wanted to try
podcasting
that
class,
one.
which we totally don't need to take. I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
We're pros.
I know, I've been
We
meaning
forgot
to
a
try the
camera,
drone.
but that's okay.
We could teach that class, boy.
You probably could. They'll probably be like, we have a guest stars here today. Helping
It's the
us out.
Homonymous Podcast, boys. Come on now.
I just talk. Alex does all the technology stuff. I set the camera settings. I'll do that part.
Yeah. And you edited the first two videos.
I did. And I made the intro, the motion
intro
graphics.
that you just
Oh,
saw.
bad.
Wow.
But
Wow.
good stuff.
Doing the most.
yes,
the most.
I'm trying. But yeah, so tell us a little bit about what you learned in that class because I don't really know much about that at all.
Well, when I first signed up for the class, I thought it was just going to be like, you learn how to set up a Twitch, you learn how to sign up. And I had been wanting to get into that
Yeah.
just because I'm interested in that in the long run. And then I got there and they were like, so who's going to sign up to be directing? Who's going to sign up to be working cameras? Who's going to sign up to do microphones? And I pretty much, I wasn't the only one who had no experience with anything.
Yeah.
So at least I didn't feel alone. But I signed up for like hosting, interview, and then like on-scene report.
Yeah.
I was not gonna get technical. I was like, I can't do audio. I can't do all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'll leave it to the pros who could do that.
Right.
But it was really fun. Basically it was like 4 classes. 3 of the classes we just talked about setting up. I made a graphic for
The stream?
Yeah, the stream. It was like a badge card, and it said like ESports. college
Yeah.
on it. It was fun.
Tournaments, something
Yeah,
like
it was fun. they're not going to keep it, but it's fine. Yeah, I'm not that great at it, but I tried my best. But it was, they rented out like a part of the gym.
Oh.
The Coliseum?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was.
That's cool.
We were not expecting that.
Yeah.
And what also was really nerve-wracking was that they didn't tell us how many people were signing up for the tournament until the day of the tournament.
And how many signed up?
They were like, well, there might be like 20, there might be 6, we never know. So there ended up being about 16, that's
a good size.
Which was nice, but they weren't expecting how long it would take, so they actually had to start like a second game upstairs that like wasn't filmed at all, just to move it along. Yeah, it was kind of hectic, but luckily we figured things out.
Yeah. So how did you like that experience? Because were you like commentating on what was going on during the tournament?
Yeah, which was very difficult because I had never played FIFA.
Oh
and
my gosh.
They were like, just figure it out.
You'll be fine. No worries.
Did you ever watch soccer?
Oh, yeah. I mean, everyone knows like basic terminology for soccer.
I mean, personally, I don't, because I've only watched soccer like once or twice. And I mean, I know that some of the things from different sports kind of like carry over with like forwards and that kind of thing. But if you, like, I could not commentate on, off the dome about some, like, especially like a FIFA, because there's a whole different set of things that probably come with that compared to like a soccer game, right?
Yeah, and it was actually quite funny because I actually got on the Twitch stream on my laptop, and I was reading the comments, and they were like, you can clearly tell that these commentators have no idea what the hell is going on.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
That's definitely one of the downsides of Twitch is live response.
Oh my gosh, people are ruthless.
Oh my God, you have no idea. I was commentating with this one guy, and first of all, I asked him how old he was. He was like, how old do you think I am? And I was like, I don't know, 22 or something. He was like, I'm 27.
Oh my God.
I was like, okay. But I was talking to him, and he was like, yeah, my girlfriend's at home, and she's watching the stream as well. He was really, really nice.
Yeah.
But we were partners in commentating, and then I was reading the live Twitch, and they were all like, I can't even say, they were all like, are they hooking up behind the table?
Oh
I was like, oh my God. They were all like, they're flirting back and forth. And his girlfriend was watching the stream.
Oh, no.
And it was actually really funny because she was like laughing her ass off,
okay, so
sending
she
him
was-
his texts.
Okay, at least she
She
was
was
going
cool about
along with it. That's
Yeah.
good.
Oh my God, dude, that's so funny, because that's a very unique thing about that compared to other kinds of commentating. You don't have that. Like anyone in live sports.
Because I was the color commentator for the Nebraska baseball game versus Purdue over the radio on Saturday.
yeah, tell me how that was.
A really fun opportunity. The first time I've ever called baseball, and John Schrader gave me the opportunity to call it, and it was a really fun experience. I did it with Andrew Popelka. Okay. We did a great job, and John asked me to call some other games. Like, he asked me to do soccer this weekend.
He asked me to do soccer too.
But we've got the thing this weekend, so I said no.
And I can't do soccer.
Alex. Well, maybe. I got waitlisted for that, dude.
What? You got waitlisted for it?
I know. I was like, okay.
How do you get waitlisted for a scholarship opportunity?
It's like a competition, and there were just so many spots, so they waitlisted me. I guess maybe because I'm a freshman, or because I like signed up too late.
What was the scholarship for?
It's called a Perry Photo Challenge. Basically, they give you a theme. You have 24 hours to take pictures, up to 12 pictures based on that theme. And then there's a group of professors who judge, and then they pick like the top 5, and then they pick the winner, and they get $10,000. And I wanted to compete in that. And the theme was Mother Earth, which also kind of would have been challenging this weekend because of the weather, because it's like tanking this weekend. And I was planning on like going to Omaha and like, trying to find a spot.
We were going all over the place.
Hopefully. I was thinking we might have done maybe just a couple spots. We may still, because depending on if someone drops out, I might get a spot in it. And so that's kind of why I'm like keeping it open. But I doubt it. But because I could be like 5th.
Dang it.
Yeah, so it sucks. But that could happen next year. So we'll see.
Could have did soccer with Schrader.
Yeah, no, so I'm like, I feel that now, but I appreciate your friendship.
Well, I mean, he told me there's plenty of other opportunities there for me. Because, I mean, I called baseball, and he really liked what I did. That's what he said. So
you have a great radio voice, too.
Well, I appreciate it. 90.3 KRNU.
90.3 KRNU.
See, I've been trying to find my radio voice.
See, that's like the fake radio voice.
Yeah.
You got to do it like, it's 90.3 KRNU Lincoln.
That's your voice.
See, I've been trying to do that. I can't see 90.3 KRN. Oh, I hate it. I hate it.
You have to like find your your voice within the confines of how it should sound in a radio setting.
But you don't want to be too fake. You're like 90.3 KRNU Lincoln.
Lincoln. Then you just sound
the problem is
wait. Oh yeah.
90.3.
Oh my god!
You know when those DJs do those like the mixes before,
like the radio tuning.
That so funny.
Like, welcome to commercial free hour.
Commercial free hour. And they just repeat stuff over and over.
Well, like my radio time is at 8 a.m.
Yeah, you've got the early shift. I
So-
think out of all of us, I got the best shift. I got Monday rush hour.
Yeah,
Nice.
you have. How did you could you see like how many viewers?
I think at one point I had 12, but that only counts
Yeah.
the streams online. It doesn't count like FM or anything like
Oh,
that.
really?
Because I mean, like
Oh.
that tuner right there, that super old school tuner from the '80s, it has no digital parts.
Right.
Like it can't track like going specifically to that signal.
Because you could be like half on a signal or like
I'm pretty sure it only counts like people listening off of the stream.
okay.
So like people in the car, stuff like that. So like I open up like this is 90.3 KRNU. It's rush hour here on Monday afternoon. So if you're listening in the car on your way home from work, or just listen to the radio, we appreciate you listening. Up
Oh my
next,
God. That was 10 times better than my entire radio.
You see-
I'm sure
so
he couldn't even hear me, so I don't know what
Yeah,
yours
no.
is.
See, and I think the other key part of like doing radio and voices like in like voice, you have to find your signature like sign off or your signature thing.
So that you're identifiable. to
Exactly.
them.
So like one of the people in my class, her name's Lily Spring, and she has the 8 to 10 shift tonight. So she's actually going right now, and her thing is it's late. It's Lily Spring. This is 90.3 K.
Nice. That's good. That rolls
See,
off the tongue.
since I was so like my time is so early, I'm just like naturally quiet in the morning, and thank God I had my dad listen in just so I can make sure that people could hear me, and like the first time he was like, yeah, you're fine, the volume was really really low, and I was like, okay, I was trying to fix it, and then the second time I went on, he was like, yeah, no one could hear you, it's complete dead air, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, it's
trial.
worse.
It's our first time doing it, so it's all trial and error. You'll be
Right.
fine. And then
yeah.
my sign off is, stay fresh, stay groovy, keep on rocking. See you next week.
See, I think I might have to come up with a catch now. I didn't have a catch before.
I don't have
Okay.
much either.
Your homework. Watch. There's a movie you need to watch called Pump Up the Volume,
I think I've heard of it.
and it's about a high schooler who does a pirate radio network, and he takes over an FM, and then like the FTC that comes, or what is that, like government agency?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Some type of government.
The
agency.
radio people, and they come in and they like shut them down for like illegal broadcasting, and it's like this whole like revolution at this school.
They're all like backing him, like,
And-
no.
But it's basically Radio Rebel, but the origins for that. Like literally, they took the entire movie.
Oh, like the plot of that.
Like you
Is it
don't,
like a
they don't
classic
know who it
2000s
is.
movie?
This is like 80s.
Ooh, okay,
So it's
okay,
even
okay,
better.
okay.
So,
So
like,
that's much better.
If Radio Rebel was actually a good movie,
Basically.
pop up the volume.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
my dad was like, you have to practice in front of a mirror, and I was like, I feel so fake when I'm doing it, and
Yeah.
I just, I have to really like
No.
focus on myself and figure out what I want to do.
I usually just practice whenever like it's in between songs. So it'd be like 90.3 KRNU. That
Oh,
was
That's what I was doing too.
blah 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 by whatever,
Yeah, I
and
was
then
like-
fun fact or something, the weather time.
Well,
It's all
I do
process.
remember when I was, because since I have my 8 to 10 shift, it was like the last time I was going to go on. And I was like, all right, guys, I'm signing off. Have a good day. Oh, I hated
All
it.
the 3 listeners are like, yeah.
Yeah, and it was so funny.
Thanks,
because,
Mari.
yeah, wow. Every single time I would like look at the listeners, it'd be like, you have 6 listeners right now. Then I'd be done talking, I'd look over and it's like, you have 0 listeners.
They're like, no, what did I do?
I was like, oh, that was totally my fault.
Like, I screwed this up. They're all just thinking, ugh, what is she doing? They just
Like,
sign off.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. When I didn't even notice that there was a listener count until like the end, and I was like, was it going up or down? I was like, oh my god, like what did I do
now I'm
wrong? Like
anxious.
maybe it was at like 30 and now it's at 2. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, no.
So
What
like
what's your time slot?
Mine is Wednesday 8 to 10.
that's what I was gonna ask. So like we know
PM.
what we know like the rush hour afternoon time is. We know what the morning. What's it like having the late night shift?
Yeah. Because I wanted the late night shift.
It was dude, it's weird being in that building all by myself. I was like,
Super late at night.
yeah, I didn't. I mean, I kind of liked it, but I didn't really know what I was doing the first time. I had to call Rick and be like, can you hear me? Because Alex said he couldn't, but Rick said he could. He just said it was quiet. But yeah, it was like, I didn't know. It was weird working that interface because sometimes was it like skipping stuff for you guys?
So yeah, basically, if you click something and then you skip the next song, then it won't play at all. But if like it's certain things with like the sweepers and the PSAs, then it will go.
Because they're like scheduled to that time. Like they're like that's what I didn't understand is because it was like auto selecting stuff and I was like wait, why is it doing that? I was like, am I supposed to let it play or like do I not let it play? I'm like,
For those of you listening that don't know what we're talking about, we're talking about radio or scheduling like a playlist and like how it plays.
Yeah. Well, my problem was that every single time I did the program and I like turned off the automatic, I would select which ones I wanted to do, but for some reason, when I would skip something that I didn't want, it would stop.
Oh,
and there's one time
we
I
talked
was
about that today.
Yeah, and this one time I was still in the room, thank God.
Yeah.
But I was kind of like across the room, and then I noticed just dead air.
You're like,
oh crap!
It's like running back, tripping over everything.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a nightmare.
Yeah. So all right, let's try to get off the radio talk for the people that don't know.
Right.
Let's talk more about you, Mara. You played football in high school.
I did. I started the end of my sophomore year training because I knew it was going to be horrible.
We'll put some pictures up so you'll be seeing that as we talk. So.
And then my junior year, I ended up being a kicker. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. The senior guys, when I was a junior, they were so much fun. They were really welcoming.
Good sports about it.
Really good sports.
Good stuff.
And then I just kind of got sick and tired of sitting on the sidelines and being a kicker, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I asked my coaches, I said, can I get more involved? Because I just hate sitting around. So they were like, well, we don't want you to die out there. So I ended up training with some of the guys to be wide receiver. Mm-hmm. Now, when I say wide receiver, I mean like second, third string. I was not
second string wide receiver 3.
Yeah, I was like low, very low on the totem pole. But
did you ever get like absolutely rocked in a game?
It's really funny because they would put me in more as a distraction than anything else.
No way.
Because the guys, because I went to private Catholic schools, so they had never. The other guys, they had never seen really another girl on another team. So
that would definitely be a distraction.
Yeah, so they would put me in.
Is that smart
if
or
they
like
were,
really horrible?
It's really bad, but like I took it. I was
team player, right?
I was like, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
That's a strategy.
Yeah, the guys would be like terrified to tackle me, but the thing was, is
I've got a story about that when you're done.
Yeah, well, like the refs. Like legally, they were obligated to know that I was on the field, so like they had to watch me, which was kind of annoying, maybe a little sexist, but it's fine.
Right.
It was really, really funny because this one time we were doing a play and my coach was like, "No matter what, I just want you to run someone over. They're like, just pick anyone. I don't care.
Level somebody on the field.
Level someone." And I was like, okay, I'll try. And I did it. And the guy I tackled, he was so taken aback. He's like, what?
Yeah, he's like,
I was like, I don't want to touch you.
What are you doing? Yeah, he's like, this is confusing.
It was like,
what just happened?
So funny. It was so funny. Oh, I loved it.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that.
I've got kind of a similar story, but it's the opposite. So you were a wide receiver and a kicker. I was a lineman. I was a center.
I wanted to be a lineman so bad, but I was way too small.
Yeah, you've got to be pretty big to be a lineman.
Yeah, you and I both.
I would have died instantly.
So basically, what I think it was freshman year. So this was the last year I played football because I got my third concussion freshman year, and I just had to stop because I didn't want to, play another 3 years in high school, and then 45 I die of
a brain hemorrhage or something.
Brain hemorrhage or CTE or something like that.
Right. Something that is not worth playing high school football.
Because even though like my position that I was at, I was really freaking good at long snapper.
Really?
The guy that took over for me after I left, he's now a 5-star long snapper at Ole Miss.
No way.
Ole Miss.
Jared Lawrence. He's a great guy. I love the kid. He's really freaking good. So it's all those like what if questions.
Right.
Anyways. So freshman year, I'm on the line. Me and my buddy, his name's Chavez, Tyler Chavez. This is a big dude. Like freshman, I don't know if there's anybody to compare. He was probably 275, 5. He was like 5'6".
Oh,
he's a big boy.
Oh yeah.
He was really strong.
Really? Yeah.
So this is like lineman quality you want now. Obviously, he's a lot taller.
But
He was built, man. He was a quality lineman.
He was a unit.
He was a unit. That is the great
dense
explanation.
man.
So anyways, we're playing this team, and as he's the guard and I'm the center, there's the it's like a nose tackle, or the nose guard lines up in between the center and the guard, and it's our team. It's our job to get the ball down the field. So we're on the goal line.
Yeah.
I hiked the ball. It's I think it was like a 22 run. It was like a 22 gap run. So that means if there's the center guard tackle, center guard tackle, it's the one gap, the two gap. The two gap is between here and here. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
It was a 21 gap run. I'm sorry, because there was a lineman. The nose guard was a female. She lined up right here.
Oh, damn.
Dude, we drove her into the ground.
No way.
No mercy. That was the most funny thing I've ever seen on the football field.
God.
Oh my! Do you think she was expecting that? She's like, "Oh, I'm about to get him," and then you're
Oh,
just poof. Like,
Probably, but man, like she was bigger than me.
no,
She was a unit, man.
she was
She was a unit on
Have
the
you ever
field.
seen the women wrestlers? Because I was a wrestling
Yes.
manager. Oh my God.
They're scary.
Dude, they had like the women's league at one tournament. They were insane.
Dude, they go hard. It's crazy.
I haven't seen that at all.
It's like you sometimes like there's this one girl I was actually scared of her.
You're like, yeah.
I was like, I do not want to mess with her.
They have like an aura where you're just like, you can't like look at them in the eye. You feel like they're gonna single you out and like
See, it's like
come after you.
It's the fact that like we're men, so we're obviously we're gonna feel bad about it no matter what. That's just like who we are.
Yeah, it's.
I don't know what I'd be more scared of. Like wrestling a midget and like feeling super bad about messing with him, or like wrestling with a woman and like getting my ass kicked.
Well, I have a story
That
for
would
that
be
actually.
terrifying.
Yeah, well, I remember it was like my first year doing wrestling management, and they asked me before because this was when I started training for football. They're like, "Do you want to do it?" I was like, "Oh hell no,
Yeah.
I would not want to be a wrestler." So I was fine with being just the manager, and there's this one guy who was a grade above me, and he was about to go on the mat to wrestle, and his dad found out that he was wrestling a girl. And his dad went up to our coach and was like, I refuse. My son is not allowed to wrestle
Oh
a
my
girl.
Lord.
And the guy was like, I don't care. He was like, if she signed up for the sport, she knows what she's getting herself into.
Oh,
She signed up for the weight class.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
you have to make those opportunities equal. So that's
Yeah.
why I said no mercy.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
like she knows what she's getting herself into.
And if they do the same thing, kudos to them.
Yeah.
Like
Right. Dang.
all power
and if
to
you beat her ass, good for you, because she's in the same weight class as you.
Exactly.
So it's like, but yeah,
when
it
you're
was
on that level
insane.
playing field, you gotta accept the consequences
Yeah.
of it. So
But it was really insane because the guy was like, I don't care if I wrestle a girl, but his dad was like, he's not allowed to. I'm taking him out of this tournament right now. And our coach was like,
Oh.
I don't care. He was like,
cool.
you do
So
you, whatever.
So you forfeit?
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool. We got the win then.
Yeah, it was.
Like-
It was not that. It was
That's
whatever.
funny. All right, I've got a situation for you. This actually happened, and I went to this football game. A lot of my friends are back home. Like 75% of them are homeschooled.
Okay.
So there's like a homeschool community that goes to like they all play on like the same team. It's called the Tennessee Heat.
Oh.
So this homeschool organization has a football team, and they played the Tennessee School of the Deaf.
No way. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh my god.
There were 2 substitutes for their team. So they had 8 people playing both ways the entire
No
game.
way. Was it like full pads, like everything?
Tackle football, my friend.
Dude, like full.
But it was really, really cool to see them communicate because, like,
Really?
you know, ASL, you're screwed. They can throw all sorts of stuff on the
Yeah.
field.
That's
like, mess
true.
With you. They also play basketball.
Oh,
That
wait,
would
so-
have been really
dang.
fun to see.
They're athletic.
That would have been really fun to
It's
see.
really interesting to see. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Like,
That's still.
I think that's dope. But like, it would definitely be like.
so like equal opportunity or
Yeah.
unfair?
no. That's
That's fair. It's definitely fair. It's equal opportunity. Just because like someone has a different way of communicating doesn't mean like they can't play.
I
True
think
that.
Yeah.
I saw something on like my old high school's broadcasting where they were talking about how disabled people, deaf people don't like to be considered as disabled. I think it was something where they were just saying it's just different. It's not really. I don't know. It's
Well, because some people are born deaf, so they never know like the difference.
Right.
So like they
And-
just grew
and,
up.
And the fact that a large majority of the time, it can be fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With like surgeries and implants and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
It's kind of interesting because it is definitely it has different things that can change about it. But in that case, that's just interesting. I want to see that. Like I don't know if there was did they record it or anything or was it
No,
kind of
this
like
is like I said, homeschool. No,
okay
they
Yeah,
played at
no.
one of the other teams, like stadiums, and
right.
I was one of the like 100 fans.
I might have
for
to,
both sides.
I might have to
combined.
look that up and see if there's some clips of like other,
Well, there's got to be
15.
somewhere.
Because that's like, I'm curious
That'd
what
be
that would
really,
look like.
yeah, I would like to see how they would communicate and everything because you can't like call calls and
Yeah.
In some ways, maybe that's an advantage because you
Yeah.
just have a different understanding of how to talk without letting other people know.
Imagine like
that you're
trash
trying to talk.
talking some kid. You have no idea what you're saying. You're just like,
Like,
oh,
wow,
yeah.
you could have called me the worst word in the world, but I would never know.
Yeah, you're
it's
just
like,
like,
yeah, good game, buddy.
I'm just looking forward.
Just all of their guys laughing their ass off, and you're like, okay.
Yeah. So,
Oh my gosh.
so you have any like funny stories? Because you're from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
What part of Chicago are you from?
So I say I'm from Chicago just because it's easier.
So I'm saying I'm from Nashville. He's from Dallas.
Yeah, it's just
not
so
from
much easier to
Dallas.
say that you're from Chicago. But I'm from 30 minutes outside Chicago, Naperville. Like I said,
That
I
sounds
went.
familiar.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually
Xander.
a lot of
Mm.
people from like came
Oh.
from UNL. Like it was actually one of the biggest groups of like Chicago kids this year came,
Okay.
and a lot of them from Naperville.
Connor can attest to that.
Yeah, I'm sure he knows.
Yeah, he knows.
But like I said, I went to a private Catholic school in Wheaton. That was fun. Less than 800 kids. Oh,
That's a really decent sized private school.
yeah. Well, actually, it was one of the smallest.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean Chicago. Yeah, that
Yeah.
does make sense.
Yeah, but it was.
That's
beautiful.
tiny for you.
Yeah, my my graduating class was bigger than that.
How big was it?
I had like a 4,000 person school. My school was like a quarter mile long.
Well, our public school, like their graduating class of like seniors, was like 900.
Yeah.
Jeez, I had a 400 person graduating class.
Damn.
Yeah, ours was I want to say like 175.
That's not bad though. I mean,
Yeah.
I went to some homeschooled graduation ceremonies with like 12 people.
Oh my god.
They took longer than the public school ones.
really?
All the parents got on stage and gave a speech.
Oh
Oh
no.
my god, that would take forever.
Oh, my child is so
Yeah.
funny and loving, and they make the best food. They're gonna be great in life, but they
Wow.
expanded that like 20 minutes each.
I actually
your kid's so
didn't.
special.
I
but-
didn't
Oh
go
my
to my
God.
graduation.
You didn't?
I did not go. I was like, well, it was like, during like quarantine and everything. And I was just so done with my school. I was so done with seeing fake people. I hated pretty much everyone. I'm sorry if you're watching this, but I was so done with everything. Like my friends that I had were, I hate to say, but very few people I still tolerate to this day.
Right.
And
Feel that.
I hadn't seen those people at school for 4 months at that point, and I was like, I'm not going to go back.
You're just like, you don't, what's
Yeah.
the point?
What's the point? So I got my, it was really funny because over the winter break, I finally got my diploma in the mail.
Oh,
Really?
shit.
Oh yeah. I was like,
They
yeah,
mailed it to you?
I graduated.
It's official.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was funny. But yeah, I did not go and I didn't miss anything. So
Yeah. No, I usually graduations were, I just like, they're so drawn out, just so drawn out. And that's what I liked about how my school did mine with COVID. We have a giant stadium. It's like a $72 million high school stadium, which is like kind of ridiculous. And there's a huge parking lot and everyone just drove their cars up in a line and we were all like blasting music and then you just drive through, like walk through one of the gates of the stadium, get your diploma, take a picture, and then you were gone.
I mean, I would imagine they'd have to do that with that big of a
Yeah.
graduating class.
Yeah, and it
Like,
was
Yeah.
it was
for me,
super fun.
For me, what they did was they had 2 different graduation times. So the
Oh.
day we had an afternoon one, which I was there for both because we had to broadcast it and I'd help out.
oh, of course.
90 degrees,
Oh god.
80% humidity, no wind.
Ew.
It was the worst experience outside
Gross.
ever.
That sounds
I didn't
gross.
get that one, luckily.
Oh, you didn't?
Oh.
No,
Okay.
I was just there for it to help
For the
broadcast.
broadcast.
We had the evening one.
Oh.
Okay.
60 degrees,
Nice.
slight wind,
Nice
Yeah.
less
breeze.
humidity. Oh, it was amazing.
Well, we had something similar. We like probably 2 months into quarantine when they realized that we weren't going back to school.
Yeah.
They had like a senior celebration day
Yeah.
where all the seniors came and like you said, like they had specific times you came. And I drove up in my car. I got like a little swag bag of spirit stuff.
Swag bag.
Swag bag. And I like said bye to some teachers and I have never been back to that school since.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a pause and check the camera real quick.
Do a little dance.
Get some Gatorade too.
Do a little dance. Make a little noise. Get down tonight.
Sorry.
It's all Gucci, my brother.
2 hours later. voice crack.
All right, we're back. So if it did end up cutting out, we went through a little bit of the graduation stuff. Mari didn't go.
Yeah, no. I was like,
stuff.
peace out, not going to that one. Yeah. It was actually really funny because our graduating class, even after graduation, like probably a few weeks later, a girl in our graduating class like wanted to throw a party for everyone during the middle of a pandemic. And they were like, we swear it'll be safe, like bring your mask. And once again, I was not going to see those people that I didn't want to see originally in high school. So I was like, I'm not going to go.
Makes sense.
They were, like I said, I went to Catholic private school. So these people were loaded with money.
Oh.
And they gave away like prizes. And one kid from my graduating class walked away with like a MacBook Pro.
What?
Everybody that got, I think it was either perfect attendance or top 10% got a TV.
What? Dude, that's insane.
And there was like 20 people, and they did not expect it. And they're like, oh, crap, now we got to away 20 TVs.
Oh, God.
Were they like Roku's or were they like, like a nice TV?
No, they weren't like that. Like, I think they were like 32-inch, like 1080p Roku TVs. I mean, it's still a TV.
I mean, I'll take it still, yeah.
Definitely. We have something like that. It's like called Project Graduation, and they basically just try to get people not to go party after graduation. They wanted people to, usually they would be in person, so they'd have people come in person and they would give away prizes and stuff like that. But since it was over Zoom, everyone still did it anyways, and then they just joined the Zoom to get the prizes. So yeah, that's kind of what that looked like.
That's crazy. So what was your guys' like story during the pandemic, like the very beginning? Because like for me,
I have a great story.
My state and county had the least amount of school of anybody else in the country. Because we had the tornado the week before spring break, which is a week before everybody shut down.
Oh, wow.
So my last day of school was like election day for Tennessee, like March 2nd.
Oh, wow.
So like early March.
Like my county and my school, we had the least amount of school than anybody else in the country.
So you were just gone for so long.
Yeah, exactly. So we had the tornado hit, shut down pretty much the entire mid-state. I didn't go to work. Our distributor got hit because I worked at Corey's, the hot dog place. So
that's Tennessee for you.
Corey's hot dog.
And so our food distributor got hit. So we didn't have any food to bring in. My boss's house was destroyed.
Oh, my God.
So he had a double whammy. He couldn't work. And his house was destroyed.
Oh, great.
So that happened. Both my middle school and my elementary school were hit by the tornado. They have to be completely leveled and rebuilt.
Dude, actually?
Both
That's like
of them.
shit hit the fan, and you're like, well.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of good. Like, the old part of my middle school was, like, filled with asbestos. So it was good that the tornado hit.
Yeah.
It was time for a renovation.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
The middle schoolers filled with asbestos.
Yeah.
I have a really good story, actually. Our school, actually, it wasn't as early as you guys, but it was a little bit earlier than kind of the rest of the country because the rest of the country started, like, closing down their schools.
Like mid-March, like 15th,
after
16th?
spring
It was,
break.
yeah, it was like the end of March, kind of later.
Well, I know most schools, because my birthday's on the 27th, everybody was closed down by then.
Yeah.
In March. So I'm pretty sure, like, anybody before the 20th for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
It was
year
before
ago.
it. So
That's crazy.
our school kind of, like, had like the rumors, the rumors before it happened. It was like, we might close down for 2 days or 2 weeks. We don't know.
Holla.
And it was like, I think it was like around the 15th or something, I remember. And I was sitting in English class, and it was the last period of the day. And I turned to this one girl in my class, and I go, what if, like, we just didn't come to school for the rest of the year?
Oh, my gosh. You jinxed it, Maury.
It's your fault.
She goes, I doubt that would ever happen. I was like, you know what? You're probably right.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
And that literally 15 minutes later, after I said that,
School was canceled for the rest of the year.
they're like, clean out your lockers.
Goodbye.
They told you.
Yeah, we had to clean out our lockers right then and there.
See, the thing with mine is I remember I was with my friends in a thrift store when we got the email from our principal that they were just shutting it down for the next week. So in our eyes, we were like, dude, we get an extra week of spring break, then we're going to be back, Like that's a nice amount of time, because when we were talking about it, it wasn't something where it's like we were scared about it. It was something where this is going to blow over.
Yeah, that was,
like
I saw a thing that was like, threat of coronavirus here, worried about it here. Now it's like, threat of coronavirus here, worried about it up here.
Yeah.
You're like flip-flopped.
Yes, because it seemed like more of a snow day type situation.
Yeah, it did.
Definitely.
And then I remember I have like a I have a recorded clip of me playing Xbox with my friends, like a month after that. And I was just like, guys, this is crazy. And we were all just talking about it. And I was listening to it and I was like, oh my God, like listening to what I thought about it back then. And we were all just like, that's when we started to actually freak out about it because people were, the cases were like rocketing. Everything was closing.
I still can't believe that we lived through it. It's like we're still living through it, but it's like during the really, really hard, like 2 months, like the beginning first 2 months, when we were like, when no one knew what was going on. Like, like that happened.
And I think it's really interesting because of all of the people that have this happen, it was our generation, our year, like the class of 2020 high school. I think it was best that it happened to us.
Exactly,
Because I'm pretty religious, so like I think that it was intended for like our like year to go through it.
Because like imagine this hitting in like 2003, we would have been out of our minds sitting at home with nothing to do. Nothing.
I mean, that's right after Y2K. That's before the house market crash of 2008. That pretty much would have sent us back into the Great Depression.
It would have been horrible.
I generally think that it was.
If that was timed right, I think it definitely could.
Yeah, it was. If it could have happened at any time, it probably. That was like the best time for it to happen.
And I think we're the most equipped generation to deal with it. Like our class. The seniors that graduated last year are the best equipped.
Because we dealt with it with humor. We were just like, this is happening. This is funny.
And it's crazy to think that last year happened with us. We had coronavirus, racial protests, unrest, George Floyd. All of these different things that happened. What else happened last year?
Election?
Oh,
the election. There was a lot of tension.
Wildfires.
World War III in January.
Yeah, let's list all these things right now.
Didn't we bomb like the Iraqi general?
Yeah,
we killed it. Yeah, we killed him. Yeah,
that was the World War III stuff.
Yes.
The killer hornets.
Yes,
in California.
I forgot about that. But you know what's it's something I kind of looked at recently. Do you remember
the dust storm, the sandstorm that like swarmed the entire nation? It was supposed to send like us into the Dust Bowl, and it just like never happened.
I did not hear about that.
I did not hear about that.
Yeah, it was basically this like giant windstorm in Africa came through, and it bunch of sand over the ocean. It was supposed to send the entire East Coast into a Dust Bowl type situation.
Yeah. Oh well, there was another one that was like. Researchers came out with like statistics in Yellowstone that if it erupted, it would have like completely desiccated half the United States.
We'd be dead.
Yeah,
we're in the ash zone.
Yeah, we're in the ash zone.
We're screwed if that.
We go to my house and we'll be safe.
Okay.
Chicago was like, you're okay, but you might die.
You'll probably die.
Like half of you will die.
Yeah.
But one thing I did want to mention that I thought was really weird, if you look at it in relation to how much people were freaking out compared to what was actually going on. I don't know if you guys have seen the graph, but the amount of cases that we had in March is like
I saw
here,
that,
but then the amount of cases that we had over a break is like here.
And we thought this was the worst part.
Yes, and we were freaking out here, but this is where it actually got like the worst. And
everybody's like, if I die, I die.
Right, because like the holidays, people were like, we're going back. Because like I couldn't stay here. Like that wouldn't work, so I had to go back. So then it's kind of like, that was something where people actually had to leave and like travel and things like that. But
this is basically the 1 year coronavirus pandemic anniversary podcast.
I think so.
You made it, Marty.
Yes.
You made it.
Thank you. It's so honored. So
anniversary podcast.
And to this day, I mean, knock on wood, wherever wood is.
Right there. Get one.
Knock on wood. I have not gotten it yet. I have gotten negative.
I don't think I have either.
All year, and I have not gotten it.
I think it's funny. Our entire friend group at the end of the hall got it. Like the only two
we distanced ourselves right. It was right before the semester ended.
Smart
and we were
boy.
just like
because I went with them down to watch the Northwestern game down at the rail yard. I was the only one wearing a mask, and I didn't get it.
Wow.
So
I mean, like I had a couple
sorry to gaslight you boys.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, I had like a couple scares. There was this one time where it was like I think it was like the first week I got here.
Yeah.
My allergies were so bad just because I was not used to like Nebraska weather.
Right.
Yep.
And it was just so dry, and my allergies. I was actually sick for like 2 weeks, and I was freaking out because I thought I had it.
You're like, this is it.
Yeah, and I got tested like twice, and they're like, no, you're fine. I was like, oh, thank God. Jeez.
That is absolutely crazy. Well, is there anything else that you would like to add? I mean, we've got like a minute 45 till the song plays out. So
just keep living life. Wear your damn mask. That's a PSA for you.
Wear your mask, people.
We're almost. It's almost. We're on the brink of this
almost
being
there.
over. Mr. Joe Biden is trying to get us some vaccines
Guys,
by May.
come on.
We
Joe.
might be able to barbecue outside at
That-
the lake this summer.
That
Come
gives
on.
me hope.
Come on.
Actually gives me so much hope.
Did you
Yeah.
see like the CDC said if you're fully vaccinated, you
Like,
can go
you're
out.
good.
Yeah. Oh, come on, guys. Come on, do it
I'm
for the rest of the world.
excited. I'm excited. All right. Ethan, anything else to add, my friend?
I'm doing great. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Thanks
Tune
for coming
in.
on.
Yeah. Tune in to 90.3 KRNU to listen to
Yeah.
all of us on the radio.
Yep.
Watch us
Say your time. What's your time again?
8 to 10 p.m. on Wednesdays.
Mine's 8 to 10 on Wednesdays as well, but at a.m.
Yes.
4 to 6 p.m. Monday afternoons. Rush hour, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
From
It'll be
Lincoln,
fun.
Nebraska, I'm Alex Neal.
I'm Ethan Weldon.
And I'm Mari Pilling.
Thank you guys so much for listening, and have a great day.